all of us would like to realize our dreams. But the dream of mine is way bigger than I can ever accomplish just as I am. You all agree with me that all the Toastmasters in East Africa are speaking of one language. Having our own district, don't you think it would be wonderful for the whole of East Africa to have at least one district? And what do we need? What, 20 clubs, 30 clubs, 40 clubs? How many clubs are in Kenya, just Kenya alone? 10 clubs. Do you know how many clubs are in Rwanda? We have 7 clubs. 3 clubs are registered clubs, and 4 clubs are prospective clubs. We hope and think that one day, in the next few months, we will have at least the 3 of the 4 clubs charter and form their own individual clubs, and then later on, we will have 6 clubs in Rwanda. How long did that take us? 5 years? 4 years? Maybe let's say 10 years. But it's not about the years. The truth is we are slowly progressing. And in no minutes, in Tanzania, I'm told there are already 2 clubs before we know it. Before we know it, in Uganda, they have a Gabo club that I went to recently, and they might be the next Toastmasters club, or they have already something they're putting together. Why don't you go to Zanzibar? Why don't you go to, in the neighborhood, the next company, and start the next club? By the way, it's not just about a district. Number one, you will have friends in the extra club you form that you can trust. Let me tell you, the 12 people that I came from Kigali are my bosom friends. I realize that surely we can run our own miles, but we will never reach where I want to go to if we are just who we are. We need a brother, you need a sister, you need a team to belong to. And just if we have in mind forming our own district, I can guarantee you that you'll have friends, and those to take in your back pocket as well. Friends that will be honest, friends that will give you feedback, friends that will encourage you, like remember my friend here? Friends that will surely be the people you can call at any time. Just remember this. Before my grandfather passed away, went to be with the Lord, he told me that, Joshua, if you want to reach far, go alone. But to where? But if you want, sorry, I beg your pardon, if you want to reach there first, go alone. But if you want to reach far, pull somebody with you. You'll be sure you reach there. I am here to appeal to you, my brothers and sisters, that without the district we are losing a lot. It took me 2 years to do a CC, to complete 10 projects. And almost every week, I went to Toastmasters. Where were my speeches? Who registered my speeches? Did I even know there was a CC anywhere? Just imagine if more people were around to say, Joshua, this is how they do it. Maybe I'll be a distinguished Toastmaster, the second distinguished Toastmaster in the region. Isn't it a shame that we only have, not a shame, but a good thing to my good mentor, Rosie Rana, but a shame to all of us that it has taken us 30 years to have only one distinguished Toastmaster? Don't you think we should think about it? Isn't it now the time to think about forming that district that we all dream of? If we have a district in our region, we'll have mandatory feedback, and we'll have people that are assigned to go out there and mentor other people. I got my first job because of Toastmasters. And my next job because someone believed in me because he had heard that I lead the Toastmasters Club. My friend Blake was able to get a job right on the desk of campus and beat people with masters because of what? Because his ability to communicate well. Why don't we take this opportunity to Zanzibar? Why don't we take this opportunity to parts of Tanzania? Tanzania is one of the biggest countries in East Africa, if not the biggest. What are we waiting for, my friends? Why don't we take that club to the next office, to the next province, to the next place? How many of you think together, we can start this district. I don't care if it's only one. Now let me tell you, I have a deal for us. And I want you to agree with me that we'll make it. And in only less than 3 years, we will have our own district in East Africa. The pledge is one. We need about 40 clubs in East Africa. And I want to ask you to put your hands together and thank a team, the Roadmasters Club, that are moving all over this wonderful region, starting club after club, even in scarcity of resources. Please, let's applaud them. My friends, this tree is what we are going to make if we put this thing together. The world will know that because of you, Anthony, that because of Rosie Rana, because of you, Joshua, because of so and so, East Africa is able to grow in this sense, and we have our own district. The next time we meet together, it should not be just countries, it should be the East African district. Maybe that's very ambitious, but let us start with those baby steps and go there. I think, looking at your faces, that you agree with me that we need to have our own district, and needing is not enough. Doing is something we're going to do. How are we going to achieve this? Every club, I'm going to ask, every club, irrespective of where you belong to, let's have a plan to do a demo in our neighborhood. Just that. It will only take us maybe 3 years, and we'll have addition. To me, it's not necessarily about the district that will come in 2 years, but it's that we will eventually reach there. Just remember that you or myself, just as I am, I can never do anything. Therefore, I'm begging you, please, let's put this together. I beg you. The people around us need us. And if you take that step, this country, this region will be different because you took the step. So remember, just as I am, I can do nothing.
How many of you have been given an invitation to go to an event which requires you to go on invitation only, card only? I need to invite you to such events. Well, I was given an invitation and I was told to go just as you are, Numani, just as you are. Don't be a typical African. Don't come with your mother. Don't come with your sister. Don't come with your relatives. When you plan for a wedding in Kenya, in Nairobi to be particular, you are told if you have 100 guests, prepare lunch for 500 more, because everybody will show up for the wedding. When I was given this invitation, I had to go. I went alone, but with a sad heart, in my heart thinking about the kind of people I would have loved to go with. Just as I am standing here today, this is a product of investment from various people. My family has invested in me. My teachers have invested in me. Downtown Toastmasters has invested in me. And you Rwandans, Tanzanians, and Ugandans have invested in me. I am a product of the input of each and every one of you here tonight. I want to tell you about 3 people who have had a huge impact in my life. My Auntie Jenny, she stumbled on me when I was 6 months old, a desperate creature suffering from malnourishment, almost dying. During this period, what had actually happened was that my father had been involved in a fatal car accident and he was thought dead. And so people came to mourn in our home and she stumbled on me. My mother was studying in Mombasa. Auntie Jenny took me and breastfed me to good health. For 5 years, I lived with her, breastfeeding from her 2 breasts. I was the last member of our family. None of you here can stand today and say you are like Mumani because there is no one here who has suffered from 2 additional people. Thank you. Besides she taught me that you can actually take up somebody who is not from your own womb, love them, and give them a new lease of life, and nurture them to be the wonderful woman I am today. Secondly, I had a big sister. We share a mother. My sister Evelyn, she has 3 wonderful children. Before the children came, I went to high school and we didn't have money. That was the time I could be given 1,000 shillings. Kenyans, you understand? 1,000 shillings. I was living in Kisii, studying in Eldoret. 300 shillings transport to Eldoret, and another 300 shillings for transport back when you close school. 100 shillings for pocket money for each month, and then 100 shillings for emergency. My sister used to sneak such things as Blue Band in my bag when my mother wasn't watching, and juice and biscuits. And I graduated from high school and joined university. And my sister ensured that I was well dressed all the time and my hair was made. I didn't need to look for a sponsor. My sister has taught me that you can give selflessly and invest in the life of somebody else. When I was in high school, 2002, I joined Form 1. Second term, my father died. But then there was this teacher, Mr. Tirop. I honor you, Mr. Tirop, for wherever you are. You did a good job in raising me. He became my father figure. He noted my leadership qualities and quickly appointed me to be the bell ringer for the school. Now, you understand why I am good on time management. I learned it. That is, how many years ago? 14 years ago, I learned to become a timer. Not only did Mr. Tirop inculcate time management in me, he gave his life to me and the girls in my classroom. Most of us look back and remember the values he inculcated in us about leadership, service to other people, and loving and being your sister's keeper. Mr. Tirop told us that it doesn't matter where you come from. Your background does not define you. Remember, I was in a national school where people could be visited anytime with big vehicles. In my village, there has not been a car to date. But after this, I should win a prize big enough to get me a Subaru to take me to my village. In that school, we learned not to look down on one another because of how much money you had, or if your hair was short or long, or you had an accent, or you were never visited. Visiting day. Remember, I could not be visited on visiting day. My mother could not afford it. Thank you so much to these people who did a wonderful job in raising me. So the next time you invite me and tell me to come just as I am, if you won't allow me to come with them physically, allow me to come with them in my heart. My sister, Mama Nerito, my Auntie Jenny, who gave me a second chance in life, Mr. Tirop, who invested in this wonderful leader. Longest chair.
Who is that guy over there? Asked my boss. It's Ronald, I probably responded. Tell him to tone it down. His office doesn't cater to his kind. Life can be harsh, my friends. Everyone expects something of you. Everyone expects you to be a version of something they think is right. Everyone tells you what they think, what you should wear, what you should do, but nobody ever asks you, what do you want? How do you want to live? Nobody just says, I'll take you as you are. For example, at work, you could be the loud guy, talking and shouting, like I'm a job. But who knew one day I'll be standing on the stage of BOTEA? Where's my boss now? Same to you. You are you for a reason. Nobody can make you different. Utilize what you've been given in your career. You may not be the fastest accountant. You may not email fast. You may not type fast. You may not do presentations, or whatever you do it well. Because take it as you are. You were designed to be who you are. I'll never forget a story. I used to go out before I met my wife. It's a good thing she's not here. And whenever you talk to the ladies or anyone else, after asking your name, they ask you, what do you do? What do you do? In my head, I respond, hey, I think I just breathe air. And once in a while, I come to the club, I eat something, hey, I play pool. But I want you to know about my wife. What do I have? We are judged by the things we own, the things we buy. Yet, nobody asks, who are you? If I were you, take a moment, shed off all your clothing, and not today. When you get home, and ask, who am I? And next time you meet someone and ask them, what do you do? Don't have anything to do with your title, your assets, your family heritage, your tribe. Perhaps it was masters. That could work. Tell them something else about you, who you are. So that they can take you for who you are. Just like I tell people, you know what? I'm the loud guy who likes to have fun. I like to add value to life. That's who I am. But the most important reason why you should just be who you are is God designed you the way you are. Just like He designed me. The loud guy who was in the office being uncouth. He designed you, the Toastmaster sitting here. Sitting among progressive, like-minded people. You were designed for a reason. Ladies and gentlemen, you were designed to be you. Nobody else can be you. I'll never forget the struggle in my career. I've been fired twice. So imagine going for an interview and then telling guys I've been fired twice. And you tell them, hey, it's not my fault. it's my boss, my boss, they were big, But they didn't understand. I struggled from job to job. I tried to make a living. Then, one day I came upon a job that required me to sell, to make presentations. My boss just told me, just go tell them what you do. That's all. It never worked. And one day, I came across Toastmasters. And it changed my life. From the icebreaker, from the mentors, I began to speak with more courage, more confidence, with more authenticity. And the clients saw it. The clients felt it. Even at home, when I spoke to my loved ones, they felt it. They saw the difference. I got the confidence and power from this podium. The same podium in your clubs, and the same podiums you face every day. The same podium you call to life. Today, I'm proud to report I have a job. I have not been fired. Although every day I go in hoping not to be fired. But I am who I am. That is how God made me to be, and that's how I expect to be. And Toastmasters gave me the opportunity to just be that. And each and every one of you has the same opportunity to also be who you are. You cannot be Ronald. You cannot be Joshua. You cannot be Adam. But you can be you. And that opportunity is available to you right here at Toastmasters. So, if you want the world to accept you as you are, you must first accept yourself as you are. Then come to Toastmasters, and we will make you a better version of you. Let's go.